Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Can you all hear me? Can you guys hear me? Am I here yet? Yay, I did it. I did it. Yes, hallelujah. How's everybody doing? Okay. I just want to kind of start this off. I want to say hi to everybody. Sunny side up. Ben, I know you're going to be on your best behavior tonight, bud. Dixie, hi, Pix. Lisa 54, Marcia White Sharky, my friend, Sunny Side Up, Dawn Marie, Ozzy Vic, love you, Top Cop, Baby Blues, and Winky. My prayers to you, babe. Let's see. Thank you next. Thank you for coming, babe. I adore you. Hi, Dee Dee Dugan. Let's see. Dawn Marie, welcome. Welcome. If I'm forgetting anybody, you guys just tell me. John, I don't know who you are, but welcome. Miranda, hi, honey. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Mommy of three girls, my friend. Pepper, hi, honey. Happy, happy, happy. I'm so happy you're here. The Bryan clan. The Bryan clan. Hi, babe. Let's see. I think I'm trying to get everybody. I hope I got everybody. Top Cop, Ben, Mr. Positive. Hi there. I don't think I've ever seen you here. Ginger Luck's mom. Hope you're feeling better, sweetie. ZZ. Ah, I am so glad you're here. I'm glad we can rekindle our friendship, bud. Let's see. Happy, happy, happy. Happy, happy, happy always makes me happy, happy. Little Lady 58. Hi there. P Day. Hi, honey. I'm so glad you're here, sweetheart. Gumdrop. Hi there. How are you? Carla Ray, glad you're here, honey. Jennifer Marie, sweetie, I'm glad you're here. Kelly the Advocate, hi, sweetheart. Kelly, I would like to drop you a link if you'd like to come up after True Helper talks a bit. Um, Cross Girl, hi, sweetie. I don't know how to say that right, so I'm just going to say that way. Drama Archives, hi, darling. Melanie, hi, sweetie. Gone Girl, get better. Gone Girl is our little Mary once, and I'm giving up her name. She's in the hospital right now. She could use some prayers, y'all. I Lurker, hi there. How are ya? Top Cop, I don't know if I said your name before. Alicia R, welcome. Casey Zinn, hi, honey. Quinny, good to see you, darling. Heimdall, good to see you. Farm Girl Yaya, hello. Kathy Brad Girl, good to see you here. Angel Roth, my darling. Miss Lennon, good to see you. Lucky Luhu, glad you're here. Wow, a lot of people. Okay, you guys, this is. I don't know if I can catch up with everybody that's here, but I'm trying. I'm trying hard. Um, the mods tonight are going to have a heavy wrench, a real heavy wrench. I've told them. True Helper is my friend. This is his story to tell. It's not my story. He is my friend first and foremost. And I don't care if you have been my best friend. You come in and disrespect this man, you'll be gone. You'll be hidden. I'm not. The wrenches have been told. Nothing. Any disrespect, you're out. Um, he's going to tell his story. A few people are going to come up and join us if they'd like. And hi, Canary, how are you doing, darling? Um, and this is the way it's going to be. And if if you can't be respectful, I would just ask for you to leave. If you can't sit on your hands, I would ask for you to leave. At a different time, True Helper's going to come up, and if he wants to talk about, if he wants to have a debate with these other folks, that's his story. He can do that when he's ready. But this is my platform, and he will not be disrespected. So this is the way it is. What are you guys saying in chat? I hit 1K. See that, True Helper? You just helped me hit 1K. You don't even know it, and you help me again. Hi, Uber Goober. Honor Rose. Hi, babe. Ninny C, my darling. This is my friend first and foremost. And I was told that something had happened to him. And I wish, now looking back, I would have never said a thing, because this man has been drugged every which way but the right way. So this is his time to do what he needs to do. And I'm just asking everybody, please be respectful to the man. When you hear him talk, you guys know he has a unique voice. He's a little winded. And so just please be respectful. Christy, I hope you found the link in Discord, sweetie. You're welcome to come up anytime. And with that, True Helper, are you ready? He's on mute right now, so I know that he calls his wife the queen. Was taking the dogs out.
I'm sorry. Actually, my queen just got done with that.
No, that's fine, bud. How you feeling?
You know,
All
like
right.
I got run over. But as we spoke a little bit earlier, this isn't going to be so much what many might think it's going to be about.
It's your story to tell. It's your story to tell.
I've sat back for the past, 4 or 5 days. I don't know how long it's been. I've been sent so many messages and screenshots, and I'm blown away. I really am. I can't even begin to describe some of the feelings that we have had, and it really has just been disgusting. It really has. But at the same time, I've been very thankful to see a lot of people that have supported us, that have been so kind through all of this. And oh Lord, there's a list. It's a mile long. And at this point, I don't even know who would be,
I was going to tell you, during the time that you were not on YouTube, I bet you I had to answer 1,000 direct messages, let alone phone calls. So I'm telling you, the good outweighs the bad.
I imagine so. And just starting off on one of the little rumors that I heard, At any point, I don't know, are you using your phone for this or are you on your laptop?
I am. I have my I have my iPad, and then I have my phone. I'm reading chat
Okay.
on my iPhone.
Okay. Because I was going to say, probably a good test for many, as I've heard one of the, well, there's been, God, 1,000 rumors out there, but the whole voice box thing. If you want to find a clip of any song, or maybe even grab one of Wog's songs or whatever, if you want to text that to me, and I can play it via my phone and I'll speak at the same time, and that should dispel any notion or
True, true
rumor.
helper. You don't have to prove a thing.
I know,
I
I
don't think you have a voice changer
I
to
know,
tell you. I've talked to you on the phone. I know others who have talked to you on the phone.
mm,
I'm
I
not.
know.
You know what? I just don't worry about what they say, please.
And you know, I can't say thank you enough for all of that. Like I said, I am well aware I've got a lot of catching up to do. One part that I find pretty funny, maybe.
Excuse me, I have something. I've heard that there's another channel streaming me. I will strike you right now. So, if any
mm,
of you would like to come join us, you're more than welcome to join us. You stream me, I will strike you. Okay,
mm.
go ahead.
Okay, okay. Well, I think one of the first things I want to get into that really raised my antenna, so to speak, as I'm sure some might even think I'm an alien. I don't know. Who knows with all the nonsense I've heard out there? Uh, is that I've somehow been this inappropriate, improper womanizer of sorts. Now, let me take people back in time a little bit. Yeah, I think I started my YouTube account in 2013. However, I didn't really become active as far as following too many people until around 2016, maybe 2017, about the time that the live stream started getting real big and all that. I mean, I had a couple of channels that I was on, and not on as, a guest or anything like that, but I just followed. So at that time, around the time when the live streaming started, I found a couple true crime channels that really fascinated me, and I had the privilege and pleasure of meeting people like Danielle and Amy from WTAF and a bunch of others. I'm sure people have all the lists by now and all that stuff. And I frequented them as I thought they were outstanding. They did awesome work, along with many others. And then, of course, I guess just by design or by happenstance, there were people that were linked to the drama community. Because I remember, I think I was in Diane's channel one day, and somebody kept asking me over and over again, which community are you, or something like that. And they kept asking, are you drama? Are you drama? And I was like, well, I'm here. So I guess, because by that point I had made, a bunch of friends, you and, oh Lord, this is actually even before Kelly the Advocate and all them, but you, and I remember I had met channels like J is for Justice, and so many others. And I'm sorry if I'm leaving anybody out. But that being said, I finally got situated to go on a live because I don't know, it just felt right, and it happened to be again with some of the true crime channels, and I just thought I could contribute a little bit and have some fun and meet more friends and be okay with making friends. I didn't really think that I had ever left misleading messages or anything like that.
Well, I've known you. I've known you for a while. I've talked to you on a phone many times. You have never, ever. disrespected me. And trust
Mm.
me, I'm the first one that'll shut you down if I think you're gonna.
Oh, I know. And you're a specialist with a blade. So you scare me. You scare me.
No, don't. No, only people I don't like need to fear me.
Right, right. Well,
Hi,
yeah.
Nanya. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt you.
it's okay by all means. So I started going on a couple different channels, and then of course, certain creator, that guy with a phone came up, and I can't remember exactly. I think I just met him through maybe J for J. I can't remember exactly how I met the individual, but I ended up going on a live then. And as many know, when I was on the old RMC, can't pardon me if I can't remember their old channel name, but um, during the Gannon Stout case,
Oh, okay. Yeah. That
yeah,
was a emotional case. Still
mm-hmm,
is.
mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. See, and I think that's where a lot of these rumors about me being a Fed and a private investigator and all that. But if anybody listens to those, I never claimed to be those things. And if I misled or somebody took that the wrong way, then I'm sorry. But I have always been involved in one way, shape, or form with some kind of humanitarian thing in my life. I've always tried to make up for all the wrongs I've done and everything else. Because let's face it, we've all done wrong, but more so me. I've lied, I've cheated, I've stolen, I've beat people up, I've done this, and of course, I've had my ass whooped. But I've tried to spend these years trying to make up for a lot of things. And I thought by being a better person, trying to be half of what some of my family was, would try to fill that hole a little bit. So I figured, I know I can talk. I know I can put things out there. So I figured I'd try to contribute. So back to the whole inappropriate thing. And I think I already saw one comment about me being a creep. Let me tell you, when I was on that one guy with the phones channel, there was a certain individual that had emailed me and actually kind of scolded me. I was actually quite taken back because this individual and I had had multiple email correspondence back and forth. And at no time was I ever suggestive or made a pass or did anything like that in any way, shape, or form. Bring that up. You do whatever, because again, those, and I'm sure they have it, because another good old byproduct of all this is my email was hacked. I lost everything, but that's what, hey, whatever. I'm moving on. So at that time, this individual, it said something along the lines of, "Why don't you bring your wife and yada 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 all that up? Don't you think that you're misleading some people or whatever?" So, look, I may be a bit older. I may be a bit dumb at times even, but I'm not outright stupid. So that following night, I remember going on panel with both those girls over there on now WTAF and saying it over and over and over again. And I know I had in previous chats on other channels as well, because most everybody knows I consider my wifey a queen. She is. She's just been my everything. But
Well,
so,
I'll tell you, I had some great talks with her over, you know. So, I think she's amazing myself. But
oh,
okay, I'll quit interrupting you. I'm
I
sorry.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. And oh, hi Tracy. I'm sorry. I wasn't even looking at the screen.
Hey, True Helper, how you doing?
Ah, I'm all
Are,
right. I'm all right.
You feeling better?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I am. And like I said, I meant to
Well,
start this. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just
This
gonna
is
say I'm not as nice as Tawanda. So I'm just gonna say a couple things,
That's
and then
okay.
I'm gonna get down.
That's fine.
Laura, quit streaming this stream. Get your own content, you crazy bitch. Show your degrees. Show your degrees, Laura. Okay, since we have to prove everything in this community, show your degrees. Quit streaming this. I will help Tawanda. Between the two of us, we will figure out how to strike you.
Oh,
True helper. From
I
what
already
I've
did a strike on her once. I can get it down.
Wow.
No, Susan, you go tell your master to grow up, okay? True helper. Um, I from what I know of you, you've only been helpful. I know one person in particular that I'm very close to that thinks the world of you, and I hope her faith hasn't been shaken in all the bullshit that's been said around here. And I just I don't think you really owe the community anything.
Well, that's
Just
okay.
uh, say what you're comfortable with and leave the rest behind. Isn't that what they say? Take what you need and leave the rest behind.
Yes, they do. Yes,
So,
they do.
I don't
I
Hey,
think you
will.
this
have to get into anything personal with your relationships on here. But I just wanted to actually call Laura out, and that kind of like made my night. Um,
Well, just
Hey,
know that
you know
I
what?
know
True helper. Like, I'm choking. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
For Tracy to be up this late, you gotta be a good guy. I'm just telling you that. I'm just saying.
Well, I heard I'm the devil
yeah,
incarnate, so I don't know.
You are not the
it's
devil.
1 hour and 20. It is 1 hour and 24 minutes to past my bedtime. There is Christy in the chat. Christy is who I was talking about. I did not want to. I don't want to tell her. She's
Mm.
welcome to take a link, but I'm very close to Christy. We've spent many of nights talking, and Christy has said repeatedly what you have done for her, the strings you have pulled to get her into places and to get her help. And if that even if that is your only accomplishment here on YouTube, I personally thank you.
Mm. Well, I appreciate that, and I thank you, and I appreciate you too. I really do, and that many of you have stepped up to the plate, even when it's been so very hard. And I can't say thank you enough. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Welcome, Kelly.
Christy says you
Hi.
Christy says you are welcome to tell everything you have done for her. But hey
Mm.
Kelly, I'm gonna jump down.
Hi.
I've had my night medicine.
Okay.
I might
Right.
I might I might turn into pumpkin. So like I said, dude, you don't owe anybody anything. You've caused no one any harm on this platform. We've got people that cause people harm every single day, and they are never asked to back up their bullshit. So I don't see any reason why you should have to, but that's up to you. Hey Kelly, Wanda, I'm jumping back down into chat. I'll do my best to
Hey.
stay awake.
Good night.
Hey, good
Good
night, and
night,
thank you
Good
Trace.
so
night,
much,
guys.
Chrissy.
Good
Good
Thank
night.
night.
you.
Good night.
True helper.
Hi, Cal. How are you?
Hi, true helper. And everybody. Tawanda.
Hi, honey. Hi,
Hi.
honey. You go ahead, true helper. Finish your story. Everybody, they're intrigued. They want to hear you out, honey.
Well, I kind of want to do, I do kind of, I guess, have a little mental format here, and I do apologize if I miss anything because I am winging this, as I've found in my life. That those that can speak from the heart or the head and be consistent usually are those that, well, at least in my experience, that you can trust. And whether people do or don't, that's their choice. That really is. And I just want to make one thing very clear. And this can be proven beyond, well, it can just be proven to the umpteenth degree that I have never, ever, ever been an e-beggar. I have never had a Patreon. I have never started a GoFundMe, PayPal, or anything like that at all. Never, ever, ever, ever. Not once, but yet somehow, I guess I've been also rumored to have had these things and somehow am some master embezzler or whatever. Hell, I can't barely, and long it took me just to post a profile picture for crying out. This
I
is
know
why
that.
I have people that do that kind of thing, because I might be able to do many little things. And like I even said on that guy with the phones channel, and I remember making a joke about it very specifically, because as I've said many, many times before, I always think about everything I am going to say, because I know that once I put it out there, it's out there forever. And, God forbid if somebody, gets turned the wrong way or something happens, it really could be a matter of life and death, especially with some sponsees or somebody that you're helping or somebody that needs to have a certain level of trust with you. And for some to be out there to say that I have been nothing but transparent or that I've not been transparent, that in itself is a lie. Of course, when you're online, there are things that you're going to withhold. We all know at least one or two people, hell, some know many people that have been doxxed, that have been swatted. Hell, we were over at the state police, I should say, Queen, the state police and the local police just to ensure, God forbid, that somebody were to try something stupid. But it's a scary thing when you think about it. All of us know somebody that has been hurt. So I know exactly what I say and I don't say. And sometimes I've even been a little too liberal with what I've brought up online. And I kick myself in the butt because I know every little thing that's been put out there, even if some may be a little embellished or anything like that, it's always a little clue, because then all these people that want to do some hurt for whatever reason, they collect it all. And again, it's one of the things why I guess what kind of took me by surprise, because to be honest with you, if having it my way, none of this would have ever been brought to something such as social media. None of it, period. Have I spoken of some previous incidents that I've been involved in? Sure. And I have not always been a man of logic or reason. And hell, even now, Lord knows I make about 10 mistakes when I roll out of bed in the morning. But that being said, I've been known to make mistakes. And I just didn't understand where any of this, really came from, especially from an individual, a man that I thought I was helping. And yet somehow I've been grandized or been turned into this person that I guess had nefarious means, but yet I never asked anything other than that individual to get help or to let me help them. And they may even remember a time, and I hope you're listening, brother. I really do. Because you have hurt me more than many have in a long time. And the main reason is because I was transparent with you, probably more so than I have been with more than a few. When you're a sponsor, you have hardships that some could never fathom. It's like being a mother, a father, a brother, a doctor, a therapist. So many things you have to invest and immerse yourself in order to be able to give the best quality of care that you can, because you realize, especially when you've been in it as long as I have, you've buried the amount of people that I have, that I live with that guilt every fucking day. And I've done my best to change, to make sure, whatever reason I had for blaming myself because we've lost some to suicide, or people that have just taken a permanent action to fix a temporary problem. We always blame ourselves. But I know that I broke down everything with this individual. Yeah, for the past 5 days, for the past, probably more than that. I don't even know how long it's been now. I have been sent Discord. I have been sent Patreon. I have been sent video, clip after clip, text after text. I am just blown away. I am really blown away. I was raised, and for all my errors and my failures in life, I at least was raised that when I have a problem with somebody, especially when it's something that concerns trust, I bring it directly to that person. Because I know that if I expose that or put that out there for the world to see without taking care of it first, then I know it can get out of control. And that's exactly what I saw here in these past days. I've listened to, and to be honest with you, I just had to shut it all down many a night. I couldn't even. Just couldn't take it. I really couldn't. I have been smashed. I have been drugged. I have been accused of some of the most heinous, vile, and despicable things that I have ever heard. And you know what? Maybe at one time, many decades ago, or who knows, maybe I had some flaws in recent years. I don't know. But you know what? I have been an imperfect individual. I have. But I know damn well that since I've been on here, I have not tried to swindle people. I have not tried to mislead people. I have not tried to eBay or embezzle money or any. God, the list is just too long to go through. I just don't have enough time. But I got to lift myself up a little bit. To all of you out there that have just been so supportive and caring and have had good hearts, I just want to say thank you. I can't express what I feel and how that has made me feel. That has been some of my only sunshine through all of this darkness that has been surrounding this thing. I would have never imagined me getting a little bent or twisted up over something that literally takes up between maybe 2 to 4% of my life, which is YouTube. I mean, come on. It's a social media platform. Yes, we make friends. Yes, we do have fun and games. And of course, there's always the serious talks, and then recovery care and addiction and true crime. And there's all those things. But, just thank you. You, Tawanda, Cal, Serendipity,
Hey, may I step in for just a
Hondo.
quick moment?
Yeah, I think you need to take a breather there for a minute anyway, bud.
Yeah, just take a rest for just a second. I watched, because as you guys know, I always adored Smokey, right? I'm like, he's so wonderful. So when I heard that this was going on, I, of course, got brokenhearted, you know, to hear that. So when I was listening to Smokey's side of it, to me, what I'm getting out of it was there is a huge communication and some form of, like it seemed like he was not feeling comfortable with you. And did he mention that to you? Did he say to you, hey, you know what? I'm feeling nervous. Can you tell me a little more about yourself so that way I feel better? Because he's feeling like he didn't know you. It was more like, you were knowing him and, but
Well,
I have a, wonderful experiences with True Helper. So anyway, go ahead.
I thank you for actually bringing that up, because that's a good point. And, he will remember when I asked him more than a few times. I had actually heard from a couple of people that had relayed that he didn't trust me. And this was right around the time when all of that thing with, some of the other creators and that post on our community post had happened. And he felt hurt, because I guess the late night calls and just a bunch of things that all happened. And it was quite the incident. So when I had heard that, I openly asked him, if you say otherwise, brother, you're lying. Because I not only asked one, I know I asked a multitude of times, because at that point I said that if he didn't, that I couldn't in good faith let him go without knowing that he was being taken care of. Because even if he didn't, for whatever reason, I've had that happen in the past by a multitude of people. Because let's face it, not everybody is meant to be with each other. And, again, sponsorship and trying to help somebody is not always a perfect fit. So when I asked him that, dog, you're my roll dog. You're this, you're that, you're good. And we got into the details of his past, where he was experiencing. And, I always did try to keep it on that level, of course. A generalized conversation came up. Absolutely, it did. But at no time, as any man would, did he sit there and say, yo, look, there's this, there's that. I don't know, man. Something ain't right. Hey, is there something about you? Is it this? Did you do something? Or this person told me this. Is this true? Is that not? Hey, there was never a conversation like that. And unlike many others, I could sit here and post screenshot after screenshot of our texts to show otherwise. And I'm not going to do that. Now, I can and will, if he's erased all of our history, I'd gladly send that to him. That would be fine.
Well, I want to share my experience really quick to everyone, and I'll try to keep it as short as possible. But I had been working with True Helper for a few months, and it was at one point, someone was questioning who he was. And they actually came in on a live and was questioning him and saying he was another channel. By the way, I'm not going to even mention it, but they were like, he's so-and-so, and I was like, what? So I didn't go and spread it. What I did was I went directly to him. I went directly to him. I called him and I said, hey, I want to tell you what's going on. And, and then what did I say? I even said, okay, please tell me who you really are. You know what I mean?
Yes, you did.
I was like, okay, so now it's come to a point where now I want to know because there's someone brought it up. So
Yes.
Then he actually disclosed to me who he is. I now know who he is. I've heard his wife in the background. I have had extremely long conversations with this man, and he has never once asked me for a dime, not a penny. And as a matter of fact, he has saved me 3 times from, in a way, collapsing. And I'm not going to talk about it or else I'll start crying here, but True Helper had actually helped me and saved me from collapse. and he helped glue me back together. So, and he never, ever did anything bad or said anything bad about people. That's what's really sad here, is that the people that are attacking him, he's always been so super supportive of. Just like,
I,
oh, I'm really, and I've talked with him for very long periods of time. Now, I heard some people question, well, if he's married, why is he speaking with all these women on the phone? Now, a good question. Okay. So, True Helper, will you please explain? Would you answer that? Why
Sure.
is your wife allowing you to talk to all these women?
Well, actually, you you wait. Nah, I guess not. Well, as even people like Christy and more than a few have found personally, and even Tawanda here, my queen has been around long enough to know that I have been so engaged and so involved in so many different things. And if some just knew what we have done on the outside, I think their heads would probably just spin around and pop right off their necks. But here's a little unspoken truth, but that I actually speak with almost as many men as I do women, though not as entailed and not as detailed, because, I mean, this may sound a little sexist, but it is what it is. But I've always found that at least any women or woman that I have ever helped, y'all have always been more detailed and situated and, dare I say, intelligent. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Eddie. I know there's a
but
few
I
of you
gotta
on the line right
say,
now. It's going to get me.
I know different guys you've talked to on here a lot and debated with, and I know one guy that you went on a panel with and calmed him down where nobody else could calm him down.
Yep. And
And
this,
you did it respectfully.
I'm so glad you brought that up. I probably would have even forgot about that. That,
I
that,
haven't.
that was on the infamous night where I think it was a first. Well, I know it was a first for me to ever see Smokey get like he got so angry at this person, and when he flipped, I think it was the first time any of us had ever heard him like really, go off like that. But yeah, he did calm down, and we were texting, and he was obviously on the panel as well. And then when the individual, I don't know if he got booted or if he fell off, but then he came back up. I remember there was a couple of other people that were on the panel. And when I just tried to interject some logic and reason, it just, it doesn't feel good to me to get people arguing, and I've always tried to at least calm these types of things down. And I'll never forget it. If y'all want to see something, you see what that gentleman said to me, because that was actually a compliment of compliments when he came back on. And he had said something to the extent that, if I could explain things like you, I think it would be so much better just to somehow, I can't remember exactly how he said it verbatim, but, it was really quite a good compliment, because even at that time, I hadn't even seen him in quite some time, because, there were some things that had taken place behind the scenes. And actually there was a couple other channels that were being warred with. But see, I don't need to belittle or berate somebody to get my point across. These people know what they've done, especially this one particular gentleman that I'm speaking of. But even through that night on panel, I was civil. I tried to be as pleasant and as decent as possible. And you're right, I did everything I could to calm it down. Now, was it all me? Absolutely not. It wasn't, because then even, Smokey had spoken to him. He gave his apologies, and that was, it was the right thing to do. It's the gentleman's creed, more or less. When you have an issue, we work it out. That's what we should do, or at least in a perfect world. But obviously, instead of coming to me, here we are now. because somebody just couldn't come to me, or people, plural, couldn't just come to me, even though they have a number. Lord knows it's, what they've been using is I've seen in these Discords and Patreons and personal pages and all this other group stuff and all that. Lord knows they done used it enough to try to do this, that, and the third and all this other kerfuffle. Yes, I said kerfuffle. Yeah. Oh, God.
That was good. Kerfuffle.
Yeah, the kerfuffleists. But no, so, but we moved forward, and it was just something that I figured, it was water under the bridge. Had I known, a lot of this stuff was going on behind the scenes and all this questioning and everything else, I don't know. I've just always seen it come out.
I think he's a gentle soul, and like I said, I really, really care about this person, and of course through Helper, I care about you. So hey, Kelly girl, hey, she's on that panel.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi. Oh,
hey, True Helper.
Voice.
Oh, heck, there goes the neighborhood. Hi, Kelly girl.
How are you, honey?
I'm okay.
How's Mrs. Helper?
It's an emotional roller coaster, but
all
better.
Right.
Better now. Much.
All right, I have a public service announcement. Laura,
yes.
That is
streaming to Wanda now. Stop. Get your own content.
Mm.
And guess what? While you're running a narrative over there that this man's a scammer and they get information from older women that they pry on.
Oh, that's a good one.
While she's streaming to Wanda, can you please, Laura, for real?
That's okay. Look, Galway girl, I can't say how.
I can't anymore, Trumper. I can't with this.
I can't say how appreciative I am of you. You also have always been so kind to me, and you've always gone the extra mile. And to be honest, though, I am that type where let them talk. Let them talk. I mean, of course, it's up to Tawanda and everybody else to.
You know what?
Striking all that.
It's not about talking. Yeah, she has the right to talk and look you up for 5 hours on a Saturday.
I know.
It's the whole thing. Don't stream Tawanda.
Yeah.
She says don't go real life. She says don't go real life, and they're scattering to find his information. Guess what? You're not gonna get it. So guess what? Bite it. Laura, you're not getting any of his information. I won't let him say it. I've asked him not to tell it. So bite me, Laura. Okay, sorry, True Helper.
That's all.
I'll be nice now.
I wanted to say, guys. I'm done. Love y'all. Have a good
good night.
Much love back at you.
Good
And
night.
just to quickly.
Sorry, True Helper. Sorry, Kelly. Yeah. Every once in a while, I gotta.
No worries.
Okay.
It's okay. And
absolutely.
Anyone out there, I would actually love. Well, I wouldn't say love because it's at this point it's kind of crazy. At this point, I would love to see all this evidence of how I have ascertained or collected information from people to harm them, to do nasty, rotten, vile things. As far as I know, you can't find one video, not one audio clip, not one message, not one email, not nothing doxing or swatting or being affiliated with those types of people or trying to embezzle money from people or putting people's personal information out there. If everybody has heard me many times, I have always usually said, or when speaking of people, I have said things like that individual or gentleman or they, them, his, her, he, she, all that good stuff. Because I do value the fact that when somebody puts their trust in you, I know that trust is priceless. And once you cut that trust, you can never fully regain it. It will be gone forever. So when somebody sits there and tries to accuse me, of doing something that vile. You know what? Maybe if I was in my 20s, which I heard also I'm 28. Lord, I wish I was. That'd be nice right about now. But, you know, maybe if I was in my early 20s or late teens or whatever, I don't know. I've done some nasty things way back in the day. Now, have I ever doxed or swatted or no? Absolutely not. And please find me the proof. Put up or shut up. It's as easy as that. It really is. It really, really is. Because again, I know I've said this, and I'm sorry if I'm being repetitive. I'm a little slow spoken right now. But I'm very, very aware of what I say, when and how I say it, and most times to whom I say it. Of course, sometimes, yeah, have I joined in? And yeah, this is the little message over there to the other channel that's streaming right now. You know, if I've pissed you off, if I've made you that angry to where you feel that you want to try to dig into my personal life, well, I want to make you aware of something. That door swings both ways. The only difference is I'm not that evil, and I am not that type of individual that would ever put somebody's family in jeopardy or the livelihoods of children or anything like that, because that's what putting people's personal information out there today, that's what it does. The cataclysmic events that follow and the pain and the suffering that comes from that are so irreversible. You can't take that kind of thing back. And once that happens to somebody, oh God, it's just about as bad. I've spoken to so many that have been swatted and doxxed and all that good stuff, and they say it's like somebody robbed them or somebody committed a heinous crime.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
Well, I don't know why you should have to put any of your anything out there.
I agree.
Because, well,
Right.
I'm worried about the fact of his wife,
Yeah,
his children. It's none of their business.
none.
And I've said it right from the get-go. This is my friend, and he's gonna be my friend. And if they don't like it, stay on your side of the fence and
Yeah.
leave us alone.
You're
This
right,
man isn't
Tawanda.
this man isn't asking a damn thing from anybody.
Mm.
No.
I remember the first time I saw him, he was on that dad's channel. I'm not gonna say it, but and I asked him to come up because I thought he could really add a lot to what was going on at the time. At the time it was COVID and different things.
Yeah.
But these people who think they're looking him up and they're getting all this information. First off, they've had about 4 different ages of him, and all of them are wrong.
I know. He's been shot 6 times. He's
Yeah, 2
been
times in 1 month.
Yeah, headshot, the whole
Someone
night.
said earlier today, well, just what do you think the chances are of being shot 2 times in 1 month? And my answer was, what were the chances of a Category 4 hurricane hitting the same little city in Louisiana one summer? It happened. And this is before I even knew your story. It's just crazy. You've been 26, 21, 68, 50.
Well, including the fact that he has much wisdom behind him, and I can actually hear his age in his throat and his voice in a way. It's
You
like
can definitely tell he's not 26.
correct. And he's only in his early 30s, and they were like, he's not even married.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Marsha. Go ahead.
Angel Roth, is that you,
Sorry,
honey?
honey.
Will you type in chat if
he's
that's you?
21 or 26, see, then they could say everything he's saying is a lie.
And at the end of the day, True Helper has every right to be on this platform. These people are not going to bully him off of YouTube. He has every right to be here, just as we have every right to be here. They want to go with this narrative that he's somebody that he's not this person that he portrays to be. That's none of their business. And it's none of their business who he is, what he does. He's not here harming anyone. He's actually helped a lot of people. Okay? So leave him alone. If you don't like him, leave him alone.
Exactly.
That.
Sit over there and giggle with each other, make up your stories, but you're wrong.
And hi, Christy. I see you.
Hey,
Hi,
can y'all
Christy.
hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I won't
And
be up here
I,
very long.
I was getting to you, love. I was getting to you,
Hey,
but
Iva. I was
I
like, how did Kelly get into this?
um, I'm one of them that he helped.
Mm-hmm.
And I reached out to him. They talk about him speaking to these women. Well, you know, these, for one, him speaking to them like me, I went down the path of finding out where he, his email, his phone number, everything. And I got in touch with him because I wanted help.
Yeah.
And I know quite a bit about him. I probably know as much about him as some of the people that he talks to in here. I even know his dog's name.
you do.
Yeah.
I've talked to his wife.
Yes,
I'm the
you
one that started calling her the queen because I don't call anybody but by their YouTube name, and she didn't have a YouTube name, so had to give her one. She knows what he does. She knows who he talks to, and most of the time she's right there somewhere near, I'm sure when he's talking to people. She don't nose into his business, but you know, they're happily married, or they I have never heard them say a cross word. They are kind of giddy and gross sometimes. But
yeah. Sorry.
but anyway, you know, he has a life outside of YouTube just like everybody else does.
Right.
I don't care if he, you know, runs naked down the sidewalks in the afternoons when I get off the phone with him. I don't care.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
not asking us to pay for his tickets, is he?
Yeah, he's never asked me for a dime.
Nope.
And I guarantee you, if I asked him for money right now, he would send it to me.
Right.
If he had it, he would send it to me. I guarantee you.
I know, Christy, but you
I have
wouldn't
called
ask.
him.
I,
I know. But I called
I've
him in the
offered you
middle of the
many
night.
times.
I've called him in the middle of the night. My road of getting into recovery was not easy.
No, it wasn't.
But God bless he
I
did.
Oh,
live in
sweetheart.
Kentucky.
God bless you.
You
We
got this.
love you,
I
Christy.
She's amazing. So
Yeah,
proud
thank
of
you,
her.
Christy. I have been in the hospital 3 times
Yes, you have.
to get into recovery, and it was because physically I pretty well was ignoring everything. And if it wasn't for him, I would have never got into a outpatient recovery. I had no choice but to do the outpatient. I couldn't do an inpatient one. And if you don't have the money and the insurance and all that, you can't just walk in to want to
Mm-hmm.
get it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly.
Can I say
You
something,
just don't know.
Christy? I'm
Go
gonna say
ahead. I'm
something.
sorry.
No, it's gonna cover what you've been through too. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna drop off because much like the truth, I'm never up this late. That's how much you mean to me, true helper. But I know what you've done for Christy, and I know that she has been hit over and over and over this last week, where people have intentionally tried to wreck her faith in you.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
And to those people, I hope you never have to walk in Christy's shoes. This man has done
That's
nothing to
right.
any of you.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to any of you. He hasn't taken a dime, a penny. He hasn't taken an emotion or anything. And I
Yeah.
know the person you're speaking of, True Helper, I'm not going to say the name, but this person has told so many stories, Kelly and True Helper, that like he doesn't know your real name, but he knows what you did 5 years ago. Who cares what you did 5 years ago?
Mhm.
Who
Mm-hmm.
cares? You were here to save Christy.
Mm.
And that's what matters to Christy's friends. And I
Yep.
know there are others.
Yep.
I know there are others.
There's more than a few. And
I
think,
know there are. I know
I
it.
think,
And I know that Christy's the one who reached out to him, because guess who Christy reached out to him?
you.
Got a hold of me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it makes me sick that people call themselves doing recovery. Now I'm stepping on Sarah's toes. Doing recovery streams and issues and being so into recovery. But they're so quick to make comments and judgments that absolutely jeopardizes other people's sobriety. Christy is working hard and holding on tight.
Right.
Mm.
I agree.
And we all know with recovery, it doesn't take much sometimes for us to slip.
Yeah.
No,
and
and
at
like
the end,
this week, this week when you've got, he may not be what somebody needs, but it put me in the point where I was second guessing, am I safe?
Yeah.
This is a life or death for me. And when I say it's life or death, I'm not just joking.
I know.
sweetheart.
Anybody that's willing, Christy, anybody that's willing to tear down the person that you have your faith in right now, because that faith will change back to yourself. But right now, you don't need in your life, and I wouldn't mess with them.
I have an accountability partner that I have here,
There you go.
and True
Yeah,
Helper speaks to that person.
yes, I have.
And if he don't hear from me, then he's calling that person to say, hey, usually it's because I end up in the hospital. But
Yeah.
he has been there.
Mhm.
His wife messaged me to let me know. And in that message that she messaged me, she said, as soon as he can, as soon as he is able, I promise you, he'll reach back out. Just, and she was worried about me.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, we're in bad shape over here. And then one of the other texts that I got from her is they made sure that they said, we want nothing. We have insurance. We are blessed. We have everything we need. Make sure that you let everybody know we need nothing. We're good.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm going to sit down, but I just wanted to say, True Helper, I'm glad that I'm glad that you came to this community for Christy and the others, and even the one who's not ready for your help. But and I'm sorry that you're going through this. But buddy, just know that you are loved and you are supported.
I can't thank you enough for that. And I have always, frankly, looked up to you in a way. This White Sharky, I have, even though we have had our differences of opinion, I'll tell you, we've had some good times, and I can't say how. And also, might I say, I am actually very happy to see you back on here. I really am, because
Well,
when you
I
dropped
want
off,
you back when you're healthy. I want you back when you're healthy.
Yeah, well, I'm more so worried about you.
Well, I'm going to be okay. I think I'm doing another. I'm not going to get into me, but I'm going to be okay. And I still have a video to go up about, since you can't be here, about those studies they took down. Okay.
I love your laugh. Love it.
Okay. I'll talk to y'all later.
It's a contagious
All right,
laugh.
Mark,
Oh,
Love you,
thank
Miss
you.
Love
Marsha.
you, Marsha.
thank you
When
so
she
Bye,
much.
laughs, everybody laughs.
Thank you.
All right,
Love you,
God bless.
Marsha.
And if I may to you, Christy, let me just say that if people knew, which they obviously will never, because otherwise, I obviously will never break that trust and that bond that we have, like I have with so many others. But if people knew what Christy had to go through, I know she gives me a lot of credit and praise. But what she had to endure was absolutely unbelievable in order to get into outpatient recovery care. She's one of the bravest most dedicated, one of the strongest souls I've ever had the privilege and honor of meeting. And I tell you, I thought there was many times in all the cases, all the souls I've ever tried to help, I have never seen somebody go through so many things. I mean, short of actually having losses in the family and all that stuff, I mean, everything else, it seems like she went through, but she still did it. And now, with there being a multitude of people out there, and some are actually in some of those other groups who are actually so afraid to say anything about even knowing me right now. Yeah, it's so very sad. And what does that
It's
say about?
fear. It's fear and intimidation.
You're
And
right. You're right.
that's what's happening, and it's creating this division within the communities. And you know, I'm not part of the drama community, but I love people within the. I don't look at us as separate communities. I look at us as all as one. You know, if we could
Mm-hmm.
come together and help each other. But a lot of people seem to want to know about your incident. Um, but I don't know if you wanted to mention that, or at least give them a heads up of, you know, when you'll talk about it, because it looks like, and I'm not trying to push or anything like that, you know that.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
just don't want people to think that we're being shady, because, you know, there's no shadiness. I know who this man is. I know his
Right. And
name
at the end
now.
of the day, Kelly, that's all that matters. We know who he
Right.
is.
We know who he is. And I, you know, before, if I don't want to cry, and I'm not going to, try not to, but Christy's story is, her voice, I hear so much pain. And this is hurtful because he helped her. He helped more than one person. And usually just helping one person is enough. And he
Yes.
has touched everybody and every community. In the true crime community, he's been so respectful, so helpful. He's never asked me for information, never asked for me to divulge information. As a matter of fact, when we would be handling things, from a while ago, he didn't want too much information. You know, he wanted me to just make sure I gathered what information I needed. Like, he just helped me do the best that I could do. And it wasn't anything bad. There was no doxing. There was no nothing like that. It was just something to, you know, because there was abuse, you know,
Mm.
happening. But, you know, I just want to say that, Christy, Christy is amazing. And, Christy, if you want to finish out what you were saying, hon,
I,
because
may I say
you
something
Well,
really fast? Is that
impactful.
okay?
yeah,
Before I
yeah.
jump off here. Sorry, guys. Hi, everybody.
Oh,
I
hi,
just
Angel.
want to. I
Hi,
just want to
sweetie.
say hi. I just want to say everyone that knows me has known me for years. All around here. It takes a lot to anger me, and to see the lack of empathy from individuals that you have helped, the true helper that you have helped, that you've given your time to, that you took time to take their calls, that you took time out of your life to be there for them. And when I saw and watched a certain individual just lately bashing you that you helped, um, it it just stuck, like they say, stuck me in the craw. I mean, it's just like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't tell you how disgusting and how empathetic that one individual is.
Mm.
It just showed me his character.
Well, I guess maybe this is my glass half full kind of attitude or whatnot, but I just feel that everybody can be corrupted in many different ways. And sometimes we are just faulted anyway. I mean, how all of us fall short. But if somebody asked me a couple of weeks ago if something like this would have ever happened, I would have laughed and said, no. I mean, why would it? But so for it to unfold like it has, you're right. It blew me away. And I'm not asking for anything other than, if there was a problem that needed to be addressed, why didn't people just reach out direct? Lord knows they've done everything in their power to find out everything behind the scenes and go, quote, real life, end quote. and yet would be hypocritical and almost ironic enough to say, we don't go real life. Okay. Yeah. Whatever.
Right. Well, I just want to say, yeah, the individuals that you have given your time to and helped, if it had been me and you really did help me to not go to the dark side, no matter what people say about you or whatever, I would just stand up and say, look, he helped me. I'm thankful. I'm very thankful for him. And, that's it. So that's all I wanted to say. And Tawanda, I love your streamer. It says it doesn't cost anything to be nice. It doesn't, and to be appreciative.
That's what I love your voice. She's so
Thank
precious.
So
Thank you.
I'm gonna bounce. I just wanted to say that to you guys and say, on behalf of everyone that you have helped, I want to apologize. I know I don't have to, but I want to.
I appreciate
Angel,
that.
that's so
Angela, I really do.
sweet.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming up,
Sweetheart.
honey. I'm sorry. I'm
She's a
in
sweetheart.
the middle.
No,
I'm in the middle of trying to end somebody's stream. So
it's okay. And I
Oh,
want
we'll
to say,
continue,
Christy, I send you
Wanda.
a strength
We'll
and prayer
we'll keep.
before I bounce.
That's
you
okay.
guys hold down the fort.
Thank you.
Hold down the fort.
And I mean, I guess
We got you.
I guess that's what really bothered me so bad is these people have been in my shoes before. True Helper, how many times did I go to a recovery center and sit there and then them send me home with nothing? That happened more than once.
Mm.
And they knew, they know the struggles that some of us are going through. And it's not just me that he's helping. And it's terrifying to get up here and tell something this embarrassing.
Don't be
And,
embarrassed. You are
It takes
amazing.
a lot of strength. Yes, it takes a lot of strength, Christy.
Honey, Christy, don't you ever be embarrassed. You know
Right.
where I'll
oh,
come to come kick your butt.
No.
I have absolutely been batshit crazy going through this. It's the worst thing I've ever been through in my life. It is. I would not wish this on anybody. And I would never, ever, ever think it. Dear God, I hope that I have this in my memory to where if I can ever help another soul to make their struggle through this any easier, I will. I have made that promise to him, and that's the only thing that he's told me. Just pay it forward. Just pay it forward.
Yes.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
He may not be what everybody else thinks he should be, but he's everything that I needed. He's never been out of the way. He's only been
Exactly.
respectful, and he's fought for me when I wasn't strong enough. And there has been times that I was not strong enough. There were times that I wanted to just give up and end my life because I was so tired of struggling.
Oh my goodness.
And Christy, sweetie,
Sweetheart.
if you ever feel that way and no one's available, please message me.
Yes.
Discord, please.
And I'm available too. I got email, all kinds of stuff.
This is stuff that you don't want to tell anybody.
Right.
And I felt comfortable enough to go to him and do my snot and crying and bawling and squalling and screaming and falling apart. And, I could tell him I can't do it. And for some reason, he was one of them. And I didn't think that a man would ever be this way. When I told him I wasn't strong enough, he could usually tell whether I could or I couldn't. He would either say, nope, you got to walk back in there and tell them, or you've got to, hold it. I'll make a phone call. Let me see what I can do to help you.
Let's make our bullet point lists. Yeah.
Yep. Keep your notebook. Yeah. And he's never steered me wrong. So if anybody is reaching out to him, he has helped me. And also, when this stuff happened, I wasn't real nosy in the beginning. When I started hearing questions, I was like, hey, could you tell me, and I've never caught him in a lie. If I've asked him something and I needed to know it and it worried me, he's told me. But I've also not told anybody anything, any of his secrets or, name, nothing. I know his name, anything that I've needed to know. And he's never asked me for, like I said, anything that he didn't need to know. That's kind of like Kelly. He's only got what he's needed to help me get what I needed done. That's it. And he's talked, to people around me, and they've never said, hey, there's something weird about him. He's been professional. And yeah, I know that some of the people's like, I know that I had to do it, but I couldn't have done it without him.
Yeah.
And
God puts people in our path for a reason.
Exactly.
And you were so brave. I always knew that you didn't give yourself enough credit, but that's okay, because we're all that way. In many ways, we have insecurities, and there are many times in life that I know I wish I had somebody else many moons ago and had that feeling of helplessness and hopelessness and all the nasty words. But
Hello.
You're all
and it was
all in trouble now. Sally's here. Sally's here.
Let me say this, and I'm gonna jump down. I was so bad when I reached out to him the day that I was supposed to have started treatment. I was so sick. They would not let me leave the hospital, and they admitted me into the hospital, and they wouldn't start my recovery. And that's kind of, it was scary. I didn't realize how bad I was. People around me didn't realize how bad I was. If I hadn't stayed at the hospital, I don't know. But, it was bad. And if he hadn't kicked my butt and got me in there and kept me going, I wouldn't have probably be here. I know I wouldn't be here.
That's one of the many reasons why I'm so impressed by you. And I always have been. After everything that you endured, everything that you went through, you had every reason to quit. And you know what? In ways, of course, it would have gave me a heavy heart. It would have gave me a really heavy heart. But somehow, some way, it just kept trying to spread the good message or try to do more research or whatever it is. And that goes hand in hand with what I was speaking about earlier, when you have to be so many different things rolled up into one, as even Serendipity knows, and Brandon and many others. It's a true challenge. It really is. But Christy, the way that you just stuck to your guns, I knew that you could do it. And I knew by reaching out, and sometimes even maybe being a little persistent, you were always focused. I am amazed. I really am. And you defied the odds. And I think for anybody out there that's going to bully you or try to call you a fangirl or whatever, I tell you, I think y'all need to speak to her little overseer down there or over there with her. I think that person would have something to say about that. Big time.
Well, I'm going to jump down. Yeah. I've been told that I'm like fangirling him and that I'm just the only one that's ever came forward and everything. And
you know what? Please don't take that to heart. Do not take that personal. That is the category that they're going to put you in for their own amusement.
Ask them if they're jealous. Tell them you can fangirl all you want.
Huge play in it.
Jesus.
I just want people to know that this struggle is not something you to laugh at or make fun at or to make jokes at. And I know that everybody says, well, it's YouTube. Well, I've had to do a lot of laying around lately. And YouTube has been about the only company I've had between the virus and everything. You don't get too many visitors at the hospitals and stuff. And, you don't get out much when you're real bad sick too. So, yeah, it's only YouTube. But I also considered a lot of these people friends.
Yes.
But
You are my
I've also,
friend.
As you should.
You are
I've
my
also
friend.
found help on YouTube. I found friends on YouTube, but, he has really helped me. And, I've went to him. Anything that I've ever wanted to know, I'm sure if you go to him, he will answer you and answer your questions.
Or I'll try my best, or I'll try to get another doc.
I just wish that's what Smokey would have done. Or I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I adore him. Like, and so like I see a soul there that is he's got so much going on, and it's all running at the same time. The engines, there's like 2 engines going. I think, and he's got people feeding him, and and I think that I wish he had just reached out to you, and I wanted to reach out to him and say, hey, have you reached out to him? Did you talk with him? Because I know him, can I help? Because I wanted to help, but because it's blown up and it's bigger than that, then there's, it's like I can't do much. I'm only one little person, but I just wanted to tell Smokey, when it's okay if you're not, if True Helper had made you feel uncomfortable at something, or something felt uncomfortable, it doesn't mean he's a bad guy. It doesn't mean, vice versa. It just means something wasn't communicated appropriately, or maybe he's not for you, as a sponsor. But honestly, he's just a friend, and he's always just been a friend. So I do want to tell you, though, that a lot of people are really worried about this incident. So I don't know if you feel up to talking about it. I am so not trying to pressure you. If you don't want to talk about it, you say the words.
Sure.
Can anybody hear me?
We can hear you, Sally.
Hi, Tawanda. Hi,
Oh, bye,
True
Chris.
Helper. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Sally.
Right. Before, I want to beg you, True Helper. Look, I don't know you, okay? Which, is a plus for you. Because where I lurk, if there was anything rotten about you, it would have been a big, big story, okay? So I'm just saying, I really know nothing about you but what I've heard in the last maybe week or so, okay? Tawanda, thanks a lot. Now, look, before you say anything about what happened to you, I've been lurking in chat, which I do all the time. I very seldom chat, okay? I'm a panel whore more than chat. Anyway, I'm watching chat, and I'm watching people asking you to prove that you were shot. Now, Tawanda, block your ears. Everybody else, block your ears. What the fuck do you think you're doing, people? Since when does somebody have to prove they were shot or anything else? That's just thick curiosity as far as I'm concerned. And you know what? If you're that kind of people, then go and stand outside an ER and you can see all the people shot and stabbed and everything else to your heart's content. And True Helper, if you prove that you were shot, then sorry, it's got nothing to do with anybody. They know you were shot. If they don't believe it, that's their business. Exactly. That's not your problem.
Yeah, it was like my queen said earlier. Nothing. I could probably show every piece of paperwork. I could show every.
Exactly.
I could show. anything and everything, and it would still
It'll never,
look like it was false, fake, made up.
It'll never be enough. So please don't go down that path. Don't go down that path. That's all I wanted to say, because that just irks me. I mean, just now they're going to say to a woman that gives birth, no, you didn't give birth to a baby unless you prove you did by showing your, what's his name, pictures or a video of you giving birth or something. No, this is ridiculous. Please, people, stop that rubbish. Anyway, thank you very much, Tawanda. I'm sorry.
Sally, I absolutely adore you. Thank you.
And my darling, me,
Sally,
you too. I'm telling you. I've seen you blossom. Ah, man, it's been brilliant.
Do you have a channel, Sally?
She does.
I do.
You gotta go there sometimes, True Helper. She is funny as
I gotta follow you. You are.
Yeah, no, I don't. But True Helper, I'm not how can I say? I'm not on my channel all the time. It was done for other reasons, okay, many, many years ago. So I do a one and done every now and again. I tried lives. I don't really like it. But anyway, so there's nothing special on my channel. But anyway.
You are.
Thank you very much for everything you've done, okay, and the people that you've helped. And it's a plus that I don't know anything about you, believe me, because in places where I lurk, yeah, okay, less said about that, the better.
Thank you, Sally. Thank you, honey.
Okay, Tawanda, thank you. Take care, okay, Kelly. Take care, darling.
Thank you, babe.
Ciao, ciao.
I'm gonna go sub to you too.
Cheers.
You guys, she is a hoot. And I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what. She's the same exact way. If you screw up and Sally ends up on a panel, I can guarantee you're going to get an ass chewing.
I can tell.
I guarantee you.
I can tell. She gets.
Yep.
She gets as good as she gets. That's for sure. No doubt. Oh, by the way, Kiki Rambling said there's a PSA that I'm actually a little Keebler elf. That's true, my fellow gnome hunter.
Well, I want to say also that I am not a recovering addict. You know, I'm not an addict. But True Helper became my friend, and we were working together. And I went through some really pretty bad times. And it was always around the time that I was literally falling apart, like collapsing onto the floor, you know, just not knowing what to do, you know, because of, it could be anything, depression, anxiety, you know, just completely freaked out. And True Helper was my friend who stepped in and gave me that wind beneath my wings kind of thing to push me back and kick my butt back up in gear. And got me back, almost like soldier, get back on your feet. And that's who he is. And I just want to share that because it was 3 different times, guys, 3 different times. And no, he didn't tell me what to take, any prescriptions or kratom or anything. I mean, he's mentioned it a couple times, and I'm just trying to go off of what I saw on this live, and I just want to kind of address a couple things. That's all. Only because, you know, all I really want to say is True Helper is a good person. I know who he is. I know his name. He's never once asked me for money. I don't have money to give him. So he's barking up the wrong tree, if that were
I want to put this out there too, because there's a few people in our community that love to count I think they balance my checkbook, y'all. I think that they know everything that I do and who I donate to. True Helper has never asked me for money, nor have I ever donated to him. Ever. So, anybody who wants to start that rumor, I will be glad to show anybody my PayPal. No, I won't show them my PayPal.
And I was gonna say I don't even know how that would happen because again, we don't
Well,
have PayPal and all that good stuff. So
well, you know what? Even your wife, when you were, I said, "What can we send? What can we do? What can we?" And she said, "We need nothing. We need nothing but prayers. That's all we need, Tawanda, is prayers."
like her.
I said, "That's an easy fix. That's an easy fix."
And I prayed, and we had a prayer for him. And honestly, I really feel like this is a whole miscommunication thing. There's a lack of. And true helper is somebody that you can go to directly and say, "Hey, I heard this. Can you clear this up for me?"
Mm,
And
that's
I
right.
did do that to him. I did.
That's
Remember?
right. Well, actually, many people
True?
already know. Yeah, we were accused, or I was accused of being
Another
this
channel.
Granny Fanny
Yeah.
person, and I'm gonna.
Granny Fanny?
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
And
But
and
then
it
again,
came
so
out in
was
my live. Somebody just came in and
so was Save Robbie and a bunch of other people, as a matter of fact. And
Well,
then when
our little Australian women that I absolutely adore, they
mhm.
told me what Fanny means in Australia.
Oh boy,
So, and
this
it's not your derriere.
mm, oh,
So, yeah, I doubt that that's you.
mm. And I'll be honest, I actually went back and I listened to some of that guy's content, and I found it interesting, and I kind of kicked myself a little bit because I thought it was like this big old mysterious demon thing or whatever, and then of course I obviously was misled a little bit, but it just goes to show how quickly something that someone says or an accusation that somebody makes can transform itself, and that's why it goes hand in
I
hand with
think
what
he
I've
just
heard
felt
over
like
the
he
past
didn't know
5, 6
you.
days, whatever it's been.
Well, it's almost like he felt uncomfortable about something, but I don't think he didn't address it with you. So that's
Yeah,
where and he got nervous, and other people stepped in and started feeding him some stuff and
that,
saying, "Oh,
that,
he's this, he's that." And
but
um
addressing that though, that's one of the reasons why I was so confused because the whole trust question was actually brought up some weeks ago, actually a multitude of weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look back in our texts because I know I not only spoke with it to him directly on the phone, but I also had texted it to him and just putting it all out there. And there was no issue and all that because like the amount of stuff that we had spoke of, you would figure if there was an issue like that, it very easily would have been brought up, because he knew he had it like that with me. He could have told me anything and I'd have been like, okay. I mean, crap, if you get into what people do as far as the poison they take, the drugs they make, or the tricks they turn, or the money they throw around, whatever it is. I mean, there's so many personal things that people you know trust in others, and I thought that we kind of had something like that. And so then to hear that come out, and then with all these other things, like I heard I was also a dog breeder in upstate New York or something. I mean, just things and one thing after another. Uh, I'm at a loss. I really am. And what is the end game here? Really, at some
mhm.
point people will need to stop and realize that there's always another side to every story. It's
Well,
Yeah.
this
and
is the
let
thing. Everybody wants to hear your story. What happened, why, when, and how. And I have said it all along. When you're ready to share your story, I'm sure you'll share it. But I don't want you to ever put any information out there that would have people that would try to find your family, try to find anything about you. So If people have a problem with it, it's their problem.
You were 100% correct. I appreciate you saying that. As like I said, many people, and especially now, obviously, they know how to damn well contact me. You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, it's not the first time that somebody has said, hey, I heard this, or hey, what gives with what you said on this live or that live or whatever else. You know, it's like about the whole thing. I saw something out of a personalized group, you know, showing something about a whole thing of being an agent and all this other kind of crap and everything else. And then, you know, some of the jokes that I had made when I was first on this certain individual with the phones panel. And I remember even poking fun at some of the people that I was, in fact, at some many moons ago now, that I was wrapped up with a couple of mates where we were trying to do something good, just, and noble by working on helping finding missing souls, you know, and of course, predominantly children. You know, God forbid that I was allowed to show my face and all that, and was made to be a big old stink. So I'll never forget when I was in that chat, and, you know, I said, well, I can come up, and I can't even remember what we were talking about. It was like prepping or something like that the first time, and then COVID the second time around, I think. So when I had messed up, I remember him making jokes and all that kind of stuff. And again, it goes back. I know I've already said this once, but I remember saying that, you know, I don't know it all, but I like being a jack of all trades, but definitely not a master of any of them. But, you know, then him making the jokes about, you know, I can do the series of Man Behind the Mask and all that stuff. And then, you know, I was poking fun at these individuals, you know, the people that I was partnered up with at the time. You know, saying that, you know, they were my handlers and stuff like that. I mean, if you don't have the common sense to know that I was ribbing at those, no, now I kind of consider them jackasses, because those guys only tried to do things for money. And there's a reason why, you know, that whole thing dissolved, which to me was nothing short of just sad. You know, I enjoyed trying to help others, especially in that aspect. But if
You're being directed to check your messages really quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Me?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt, but.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't even have it in front of me. Okay. Yeah, I see. I see. Yeah, I'm glad actually I saw that. Brings me back to the whole inappropriate thing. You know, I have met so many amazing, kind-hearted, and special souls since I've been on the social media thing. And mind you, again, YouTube being the only one. You know, I don't have an Instagram. I don't have a Facebook. I don't, many things I don't have. But, you know, to say that I was ever inappropriate and stuff like that, you know, that really is an insult of insults to someone like me, because, again, you know, yeah, I know I've teased and all that stuff, and anybody would actually weaponize some of the lives that, like, say, me and Misdemeanor, you know, when I was ever on Carla's channel a couple of times, or a handful of times, actually. You see, me and Misdemeanor, we would have this, I don't know, this way to us, you know, like we would have these little quirky convos back and forth. You know, she'd say some funny stuff to me, and I'd say, reciprocate it back. And even my queen got a really good belly laugh out of a few of them, because, you know, and that's another thing I just wanted to explain to people. If you think for one moment that I am not transparent with anything, I don't know if y'all can, but I know that I can take my phone, I can take every bit of tech that I have and hand it over to her right now, and to use any given moment without any fear or concern or whatever else, because I know that everything that's in there is on the level. You show, you know, she is my one and only soul. She is my strength when I'm weak. She has been the one to lift me up. She's been there through thick and thin, through some of my lies and my nonsense, my cheats, my stupid ass crap. That's what happens when you with somebody for so long, you know, and through sickness and health, you name it. If you want to try to make that accusation, show me the proof. Show me that proof, because I would love to see it, because it's not happening. It's not happening. I love that woman to death, and I damn well declare here and now that I would die for her. And anybody that would try to cause her pain, I'm not even going to finish that sentence.
True helper, you owe nobody anything. You owe nobody anything. You have been nothing but a kind man in this community. They can take it, they can leave it. You're my friend. I won't let you get trashed. If they don't want to
Right.
come, they don't want to come around me, fine. I don't care. But I can tell you my own reputation compared to some people's reputation in this community. You tell me the difference. You know, there you go. So, you know, have I, looked people up or whatever because I've feared for my own family. Absolutely I have. Have I ever tried to hurt anybody? No. So they just need to stop. You're a good man. You've done good things. And when you're ready to tell your story, I'm ready to listen. Okay?
By all means. Hey, mommy, 3 girls.
Mommy of 3
Hey,
girls.
True
Hi,
Hooper,
honey.
how are you?
I'm okay.
How you doing?
I order one day.
First off, I just wanted to send my prayers to you. And second of all, to say, consider the source. You owe no one nothing. No one nothing. Any one of us that know you.
I appreciate that.
Screw the
Thank you.
rest.
Amen to
I
that.
mean, I just don't know where we got as a community to pick and choose, who's got to show what or prove what. I just don't get that. But you don't owe any of these people.
You're not
And
even
it's
getting money.
embarrassing. Right. It's embarrassing. And it's kind of comical to see these same people sit in a known scammer's chat as they're calling someone else a scammer
Yeah.
or a con artist, or, that's been proven time and time again that they are that type of person.
Yep.
Yeah, but you know
So,
how it is
you just got to consider your source.
with my 600 and odd subs or whatever it is. I had to actually look the other day because somebody sent me a screenshot of somebody saying that I was scamming or collecting subs at the tune of like 2.2 million or so, I guess. And I'm like, well, shit, I ain't getting paid. What is going on with that?
I scammed you tonight. Guess what? You brought me over 1K.
Oh, damn.
See what you did?
Oh, I know, I'm horrible.
Damn. I know.
You have the right to protect your information. And I said this yesterday. I've been on both sides of that fence. I made a bad judgment call on some information I was gave and seen. I did something I shouldn't have did. And on the flip side of that, I've also been gone real life on and had my house put on an auction site. So I have been on the both sides of that coin of the real life. You owe no one anything, because people in this community just don't stop with just a little bit of info. They've got to know more, and they got to know more.
Yeah.
And
it
then
will
your
never
family's
stop.
in danger.
That's right.
So, like I said, I made that mistake, and it was done to me. So, because my information, unfortunately, is out there.
I'm sorry to hear that. That really sucks. Yeah, that's the one thing I've actually tried, or at least I had all the best intentions. And I feel like I have succeeded in more than a few cases with bringing different channels together. I was very interested in trying to unite a lot of different channels. And, I just...
Yeah, I wouldn't have met these awesome people.
And to see everybody at each other's throats, it does hurt me. I know I come across some strong roughneck at times, or maybe the over intellectual type, or I talk too much, or I say too much, or I talk too fast. But I know in my heart of hearts nowadays, I'm I'm not in any of this for money or gains, or as well one certain individual put it, quote, the feels, end quote. No. I mean, like I said, if I had it my way, ain't not a damn thing would have been brought, especially on new social media. Hell, I mean, look at the byproduct. I mean, it's disgusting to me that we're in a position now where everybody seems to be at each other's throats. And when does it stop? I mean, when for something or someone that he's never asked a dime of anyone, or has
Right.
never, actually sold, and plus with the
I've
income.
never, all the times, I mean, I've known you almost a year. I've never heard you take. You're always either giving advice, helping somebody, offering. It's a give with you. I've never seen you take or ask for anything.
That's why I wish
And
this
so
was
the
just
ones that are
communicated.
questioning, maybe they need to take a look in the mirror and ask themselves what they've done to help somebody, what they've gave time to pay it forward to the next person. Instead of jumping from chat to chat to chat to chat to chat to chat, smearing somebody's reputation or assassinating their character off of, well, I just got a funny feeling. And that's what I say. I just don't know how people pick and choose which ones that have to prove what.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got one that has 10 half-ass degrees and can't prove one of them. Now, they've burned up. Oh, well, I've seen them. I've seen them. Well, just a month ago, I got screenshots where you said you haven't seen them. Now tonight you've seen them. So what is it? You've seen them or you haven't seen them? So show them. If you're wanting everybody to show their proof and their info, then you start showing yours, and we'll follow suit. It's disgusting. And I'm sorry if this is happening to you. I've been upset about it for a few days. It's very, very disgusting. You owe no one anything.
The anxiety that was had for the last couple of days, even before coming up here, I'm so grateful that I get to talk to people like Tawanda and Christy and Kel here and so many others. And, serendipity. There's just so many out there. I don't think also, before I forget, because I kept on forgetting here, but channels like Drama Archives. I love you guys so much. I really do. Y'all are just, you've been so kind to me, and I haven't been over there but for a few months, and I made some kind of post. I got a lot of catching up to do. And Andrew, good old Mr. Hondo, brother, I appreciate you. I really do. I really, really do.
I need to put this to bed. True
Yes.
Helper does not have a GoFundMe out there. And if anybody knows of a GoFundMe that is in his name, it needs to be reported as fraud.
Immediately.
There is no authorization of anything. His family has authorized nothing.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, my queen's working on it. Oh boy, I gotta watch my words here, but there's something being worked on right now. As a matter of fact, we found something that was going on that shouldn't have been. So if anybody knows of something else, any GoFundMe's or PayPal's or anything like that has been supposedly started in my name, our names, or whatever, or calls, or I don't even care if it's got the name damn True Helper with my profile pics or whatnot. Lord knows if I got enough info after hacking my email, but by all means, relay that info, because that's one thing I will guarantee you. Anybody going to try to commit that kind of fraud, there ain't no amount that I will not spend to make sure that justice is brought, because that is never, ever been asked or requested. And it's not happening. It's just not. It's disgusting, to be honest with you.
Well, if anybody knows of anything going on, please turn it in. It's fraudulent. The family has not authorized it.
Absolutely.
True helper, you've had a hell of a night tonight. Here, I can tell you're tired. I hear it in your voice. I
Yeah.
think you need to rest. And when you get stronger and you're ready and you want to go up here and you want to rip these people apart, you got my forum, or if you want to do it on your forum, we'll be there standing behind you.
Oh, heck, I wouldn't even know how to find the live button to do it on my
Well,
Anyways,
we
that'll
can walk you through it if you want to do it on yours.
Lord, it's just I guess I'm lazy in that respect. I'd much rather be somewhere else, like here,
Well,
or
well,
anywhere.
there's a lot of love in this chat for you.
Mm-hmm.
The people in here have been absolutely. Thank you, mods, for whacking all these damn trolls.
Absolutely.
I
And
want to
people,
thank
I'm sorry.
Andrew Hondo for the beautiful video he made. If
Absolutely.
somebody will drop Hondo's link in the chat, please. He has an awesome video out, and Hondo is. I got to tell you a little story about Hondo. He always acts like a big tough guy, but he has got the biggest heart ever. I love you and appreciate you, Hondo. Thank you. And
Everybody's awesome here. Everybody is.
I have, you know what, the trolls that came in tonight, the people that I just love the mods. Whap, they're gone. I told them I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if I had 10 people in here tonight. I wanted to have people in here who cared about my friend. That's all I wanted.
Oh, I almost forgot something else. I also heard, I believe it was, oh Lord, I think it was Niece and Tiffany as well. I definitely appreciate what y'all were doing the other night. And it's just so many names. And Dova, and I know that Whiskey was out and about. And Nunya, your main girl, K Smalls. K Smalls. What's this? Serendipity, you and Brandon, you're just absolutely amazing. I know that we got to get right on doing a recovery care and addictions panel. I know, I'm sorry, I'm kind of diverting here and ping ponging around, but that's one thing I am going to put out there. One thing I think that's almost above all of the insulting things that I have heard, but actually more so a little bit shocking. That anybody out there that would use a recovery care and addictions panel or a supposed channel to put in such emotional, dragging, just crazy type of content, knowing that some of these people are there to seek help for an addiction that they obviously know that they cannot defeat alone, knowing that everybody is different in their own unique and special ways, and not knowing what these people's trigger points are or what could send them over the edge. To anybody out there that's doing that right now, and I don't give a damn if it's about me or somebody else, but shame on you, and you are an insult to what I have strived for the past 20 plus years in trying to make things better for other people.
Absolutely. Or even putting doubt in people's heads about people that are here to help them.
Or as was with me,
Right.
I've needed help. I really have, and I'm not perfect. I want to put that out there too.
No one.
No means am I Superman, or am I some, legend or a Marvel comic book hero or anything like that. No, I have tried many of things, but you know what? I've failed at just as many things. But I was raised to try and try again, and I will keep on trying to my last dying breath, and I will. There are a lot of other things that have been going on behind the scenes over the years, and Lord knows I still shouldn't even be here. But for whatever reason that I am, I know that God has a purpose. He must. I mean, otherwise, I don't know. I guess I'm waiting for Satan's horns to, stab me in the head or something. I don't know. But the point is, I just, look, when does it end? When does it end? Really? It's much better to show kindness and respect and love. And if you have issues, you bring it to the other person instead of having that itchy trigger finger and just saying, oh, this is content. Oh, that'll work. Well, what you leave behind is a legacy. And you want that legacy to be composed of people like Christy or a multitude of others that have been out there. And mind you, too, I'm just going to drop this little tidbit for many. There was someone that I was working with for over a year when all of this, well, at this point, close to a year, I should say. And when all this crap started, this individual, unfortunately and understandably, had to step away, and that was fine. But now, some days later, I get a notification from someone else that this person is now in crisis.
Oh, God.
I guess the point is that our actions have consequences.
Absolutely.
And for what I've done or whatever error or mistake that I've made, I know I can damn well say that I have not put anyone that I know in crisis. And if I have, by all means, show me this individual, because I have some serious apologizing to do. And I've got to make it right in one way, shape, or form. And that's all there is to that.
I know. And I want to say, for you people that are discouraging Christy, she's got 1,000 people encouraging her and standing by her. And shame on you all. Shame on you.
Yep.
I love Christy. And if I have to fly, walk, crawl to go be with her, I will.
I know you would. I know you would.
People have to understand that, we're pulled together for reasons. Just because we're online, we're now all stuck inside our house anyway for quarantine. So now everybody's online. I just wish that we would not jump to conclusions and go to the source, well, of course, look at the source at some of the points, but go to the actual person that it's about and say, hey, what's going on? Because you could have given True Helper a chance to defend himself or explain or whatever the case may be. And this wouldn't have happened. But now it's created, more people are getting money off of this drama right now. As we speak right now.
You're right. It's like
right.
Tommy. And I noticed that too. It's like
there was somebody that was in chat. Can we have True Helper's PayPal? I said he doesn't have a I said he doesn't need anything except for prayers. That's it.
And I'm glad you said that. To anyone out there that wants to offer something or who has that kind of heart, just go out and help someone that that you can, be proactive. Don't wait for someone to come to you if you're so inclined. Because all of us, we all need something at some point, and it really would help. And of course, there's always there's help out there, and by doing something like that, you don't know how much sometimes so little can go. Even $1 or $5 or $10. I mean, that can make all the difference. If someone, especially now, we're rolling into the cold season, and with all this stinking COVID and the lockdowns and all the craziness that's going on, and people being out of work.
True Helper, look what our friend Whiskey OG does. Look what he does.
Yeah. I know some people have negative things to say about him, but I'll tell you, that man, God bless his heart. As I tell you, and it's not even just about the content, but I don't think that many of y'all know how risky that is. I mean,
no shit.
Yeah.
Life Rewinded. I just want to say something really quick, because she said that she was nervous to run a recovery because she had flaws and she wasn't ready to be picked apart. I just want to tell you, Life, honey, just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep doing it. Whatever you want to do, you can do. So what if you have flaws? We all have flaws. We all have them. But that's what made you here today. And that's what's going to make you be successful in running a recovery.
Absolutely. Well said. That's true. And you'd be surprised at the amount of help that would truly be out there for you. Don't ever hold back. I mean, hell, you just reach out to people like Tawanda or anyone else. I mean, I know I'm probably the boogeyman right now, but
Night,
even I would love to
Kiki.
get involved.
Well, buddy, I'm telling you, I think you need to lay down and rest. All right?
Yes.
I really want you to. And like I said, when you want to share what you want to share, when these vultures get off of you, come back and you share your story.
Oh, well, before I get into trouble, I just have to say, because I know I can remember in the past, I got wrote a little bit for it, but I know I wasn't saying hello to Mel Mel. Hey, Mel Mel. Pepper, of course. Dawn Marie, I see you everywhere, and I just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate you. Of course, as I have with Doll Factory, it's just so many people, really unbelievable. Sandy, Turquoise, gosh, so many of you have stood up, and Canary, Angel, just God, you know who all of you are. You really do. I just can't say thank you enough. Casey Zen. Lord, I could go on probably all night with this.
Case Mom.
What's
Dad.
up? Oh, it kind of hurts. I'm not feeling well. That's why I haven't been up here. But I just wanted to say that I trust you, respect you 100%. Every one of you all on the panel. So, just wanted to show my support, bud.
Thank you.
You should be resting, girl.
Yeah. Get to the doctor. I told you.
I'm going. But I just wanted to. I just woke up. So, like, when I jumped in chat, I had just woke up. So, I've been sleeping.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Get better, sweetie.
Get better, Kate.
Just say some prayers, guys. Okay?
Absolutely.
I will, baby. Always.
You will.
Get better, honey. All right. Love you, honey.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye-bye.
I went Top Cop and Mr. Cardinal. Lord again, Joy Lang, Canary. Just, I am amazed at how kind all of you have been. Donna's Crafty Creations. Hey, I've just seen all of you for so long since I've been around.
Coffee chat. I know that you want to do some recovery stuff too. I just added you as a mod. Will you just drop your link in there, babe? Drop your link in.
You want to talk about a smart individual. You want to talk about a smart soul. She is one absolutely amazing individual.
She's a good girl. I love her.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to say, True, really quick. Thank you for always being there for me. When I feel down, and I'm going to cry now. When I feel down, I know that I call you and you pull me right back up. So please know that you are loved. And I'm sorry that people are saying these things about you. It breaks my heart because you are a very good person and you've done nothing but just be there. You're just a nice person, a nice friend. And Tawanda, thank you for letting me be here.
Kelly, anytime, babe. Anytime. You know what? They can call you Kelly the avocado all they want. I love avocados, Kelly. So let them call you avocado. I like it on guacamole. I like it on my sandwiches. I like it. So,
thank you.
Thanks, Kelly. Thank you for being here, darling.
Kel, you know that my line is always open to you and yours and your family anytime, day or night. I don't care what type of situation I'm in or anything like that.
I know, but I'm sorry that it's happening to you. But you know, the good people do get attacked. Just don't forget that.
Well, I'm no saint. I can tell you this. It happens. That's for damn sure.
I'm not a saint either, but I don't go out and hurt people. I'm not out there trying to hurt others.
I know. His name isn't True herder. His name is True Helper.
Well, I
You
love
know,
you guys. Thank you for letting me be here. And
Thanks, Kelly.
I love you guys very much.
much
Love
love
you
right
too,
back
honey.
at you.
Take care.
Bye-bye, honey. Well, True Helper, I think you need to lay down, buddy. I want to know, I want you to know how much I truly appreciate you.
I'm,
I I am sorry that these people have done this to you.
mm,
I am sorry this has happened. And as Sally Spencer says, it's none of their fucking business. Okay?
uh,
I I'm telling you, when you want to tell whoever you want to tell, whatever you want to do, you have been nothing but a kind man in this community. And if people don't want to have anything to do with you, that's their problem.
mm,
In my world, I want you in my life because in my Christy wouldn't be where Christy is right now. And I love her. I love her like a daughter. And I know that she probably wouldn't, I don't know if she'd be with us to this day if it wasn't for you. And so thank you. And I appreciate you for that.
I appreciate that. But she's the real hero of that story, that's for sure. I'm
All
getting
right.
really choked up there.
You
And,
need to go lay down and give that queen a big hug and
I
tell
will.
her that I'm sorry that people have done this to you, but that's not the heart of YouTube. The heart of YouTube doesn't do that kind of shit.
That's right, and I just adore that Hoyt. It's you
The
got to make
Hoyt, the
that
heart of
thing.
YouTube. I am
And
gonna promote it. I'm gonna promote it and promote it. The
that,
heart of YouTube.
that is amazing, and I can't say thank you enough to everybody. And I'm so sorry if I missed any names. Casey Zand, Winky Whispers. Definitely prayers for you as well. Just so many of you, little lady 58. I just trying to read. I can't almost even see the stinking screen anymore, but I do. I can't express how much I appreciate it, and it's all I can say. And
All right, buddy. You lay down, get some rest, and I'll talk to you soon. If there's anything you need, I'm a phone call away. You know that, okay?
all right, Tawanda, and likewise, you know that after all the stuff too that you've been through recently, that makes me even that much more grateful for everything that you've done and the support you've shown me has been second to none. You also amaze me. I really don't know how you do all that you do. If people knew what your schedule was and what you and your family just endured, and yet here you are now. It's just unbelievable. I thank you. Just thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. And I
And
want to thank everybody in the chat tonight. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate you guys. All right, bud. Let's
all
end
right.
this thing.
All
All
right.
right.
Good night.
Godspeed.
You
Love ya.
too.
Talk to you later.
Love you back.
Okay, buddy. Bye bye.
Bye.